the second filling of the Gerd. These are a series of videos on the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Before we continue, I would kindly request you to subscribe to this channel and also hit the notification bell so that whenever we upload a new video, you are notified. So going back to our project, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. The dam is being filled for the second time this year. The first time was in July 2020, and amid controversy, Ethiopia planned to do it again this year, and they're planning to do it every year during the heavy rainfall. So the first filling occurred in July 2020, where maximum depth of 70 meters or 230 feet was reached. Before the second filling could be done, further construction work was needed, and this also meant that Ethiopia could start generating hydroelectric power. In February 2021, the Ethiopian Minister for Water and Irrigation, Seleshi Bekele, said that the engineering work in the construction of the dam had reached 91%, while the total construction rate was around 78%. In May 2021, he announced again that the construction had reached 80%. So the dam was now ready for the second filling, which was supposed to start at around July. And by July 19th, 2021, Ethiopia announced that the process has been completed. So around June, Ethiopia notified Egypt and Sudan that they would fill the dam again between July and August, and this was to be done during this period where Ethiopia experiences heavy rainfall. Upon that notification, Sudan and Egypt reacted. Sudan voiced outrage following that announcement that Ethiopia had started the second filling of the dam. It sent a letter to the United Nations Security Council where it cited the announcement as a model and proof of Ethiopia's unilateral action without regard to Sudan's interest. Sudan told the council that the move by Ethiopia increases the state of tension and instability in the region. They described the unilateral action of Ethiopia as a clear violation of international law and the Declaration of Principles, the DOP, and an imminent danger and threat to Sudan. Sudan labeled the notification to the filling of the dam as useless unless negotiations and agreements are made regarding the filling and operating the dam. It stressed that the final binding agreement is the only evidence of Ethiopian desire to cooperate. On its side, Egypt also rejected the proposal regarding the second filling of the dam, terming it as a threat to region stability. Egypt stressed the need to adopt a legally binding agreement on the filling and operation of the dam. They also rejected the Ethiopia's effort to impose a fait accompli on the two downstream countries. The two countries stated that there was a need to come into an agreement following the Article 5A of the 2015 Declaration of Principles, the DOP, which states that it's important for the three countries to reach an agreement on how the dam was to be filled and also how the dam was to be operated. So upon filling, the dam has now risen. Before the filling, the dam was about 525 meters. The water levels had reached that and had 4.9 billion cubic meters. On the second filling, it is estimated that it has now reached a height of 560 meters, which is 1,837 feet. Ethiopia had initially said that it would retain 13.5 billion cubic meters during the flood season in July and August, but experts later said the construction delays meant that only a third of that amount would be added to the reservoir, so they didn't fill as expected. So they only filled around 4 billion cubic meters. Ethiopia says that the Gerd water filling is being done in line with the dam's natural construction process. The increase in the water levels happened due to heavy rainfall and runoff. They also say that the reason for rising water levels in the dam is the rainfall. But these arguments are not convincing to Sudan, which argues that the water in the Gerd is going up, but the water levels in the Nile appear to be declining in Sudanese territory. Sudan irrigation minister is reported to have said that it is evident that the dam is rising, and this is reducing the amount of water that is flowing on the Nile. According to Sudan, the waters of the Blue River, which is the main source of River Nile, have declined by at least 90 million cubic meters per day since Ethiopia started filling the dam. They are also citing the satellite images which were captured in June, which indicate that the water levels in Gerd is rising, but nobody is disputing that because Ethiopia has already said that they are filling the dam, and they notified the countries, but these countries, Sudan and Egypt, are opposed to that action, where they term it as unilateral decision and against the Declaration of Principles, a document that they signed in 2015. So what does this second filling mean to these three countries, especially to Egypt and Ethiopia? The second filling of the Gerd is going to be is historic, because what it's doing is that it's ending an age-long and just utilization of the Nile waters by Sudan and Egypt. It is also going to change the dam stock and enforce laws of long-standing hegemony which Egypt has enjoyed for years. It is also going to shift the responsibility of protecting the project to downstream countries, especially Egypt, mainly for their own purpose. If there is escalation of conflict and these countries go to war and there is somehow an attempt to destroy the dam, the countries that would suffer are the downstream countries, Sudan and Egypt. Ethiopia, to the large extent, would be safe even if the dam was destroyed. So now the responsibility of protecting the project is now in the hands of the two countries, Egypt and Sudan. If they do anything to the dam, then they are the one to suffer. So these are a strategy that Ethiopia has used, even constructing the dam near the border to Sudan. This has been termed as strategic because if anything was to happen to the dam, if there was any sabotage, Ethiopia would not suffer greatly. they already suffer the loss of the loss of funds in terms of what they have contributed to build this dam, and also a small portion of their country, because the dam is just a few kilometers from the Sudanese border, precisely 40 so kilometers. So in addition to the benefits that this dam will provide to Ethiopia, so Ethiopia now is going to utilize River Nile fairly and equitably according to them, and they are going to be able to undertake an electric generation trials, and with that trial they are going to ensure that, or they're going to find out whether this project will be able to serve its purposes. Remember, its main purpose was to provide electricity to a country which is regarded as energy deficient. So most of the population in Ethiopia, is off the national grid. So by constructing this dam, Ethiopia wanted to supply power to both the rural areas and urban areas to fuel economic development in all parts of the country. So with the second filling, now they are going to test and to see whether the dam will serve its purpose as far as production of power is concerned. The second filling has also forced Egypt to rethink its water conservation efforts. It has already outlined 4 plans into which it will mitigate the effects of the second filling of the dam. So they want to use a strong water system under all the possible scenarios regarding the filling. So they have 4 plans. There are 4 main plans that they want to implement for the purpose of mitigation against this dam as far as water conservation is concerned. So they have started upgrading and lining over 8,200 kilometers of irrigation canals at a cost of $1.1 billion, and this is meant to reduce water waste. They have also embarked on maintenance and construction of 92 water pumping and lifting stations, which operate with high efficiency, especially during the peak demand. The third plan is inauguration of the Al-Masama wastewater treatment plant, which is in Ismailia, which is meant to drain 1 million cubic meters daily, and also inauguration of Baka wastewater treatment plant, which treats 5 million cubic meters daily. So this is the largest treatment plant in the world, and with its inauguration they expect to also reduce water wastage through treating water which can be reused. The fourth plan is to encourage farmers to use modern irrigation methods in the desert areas. So Egypt is already thinking about how it can mitigate against the impacts that the filling of the Gerd dam may have on them. So they are now they don't want to be caught off guard. So the second filling has already been completed. It was announced that in July 19th, the Minister of Water of Ethiopia announced that the second filling has been done, but no confirmation has been done as to how high the water level is, but there are indications even from the satellite images that the water levels in the Gerd are rising. So with the second filling, now Ethiopia can start generation of power and be able to benefit from the dam. So we'll keep on looking at what happens for the updates as far as this dam is concerned. Ethiopia says that the dam is now 80% complete. The remaining portion probably will be finished in the next 1 year, and we hope that the 3 countries will have reached an amicable solution as far as this process is concerned. We also expect that the tension that has been as a result of this filling will also probably ease. Ethiopia is currently experiencing some upheavals. We also expect that these these tensions will have eased, so that Ethiopia can benefit from this dam, and also the effects that the downstream countries fear are not felt. So thank you for watching this video. Look out for more videos in the future.